Welcome to our Amud Yomi Shiur. We're all fine and dandy and amazing this morning because we know that we've sunk so low as the situation so bad, and therefore we can only go up from here onwards. We can only go up and up and ask Hashem. Beautiful, beautiful Yisrael. So many Eden are becoming, closer to Hashem. People daven, people keep Shabbos. Really, more tznius. A lot of people in Klal Yisrael I heard are really changing, and of course we are the ones that have to change and improve to be able to greet the Mashiach Be'ezras Hashem. All the Eden should come from all the very, very safe places in New York, London, Paris are very, very safe places. And yet, I do recommend they come to Eretz Yisrael. Okay. So, excuse me? Okay, we'll discuss him at 10:25. Okay. Then I'd like to know about that. Welcome to our Torah Anytime viewers and to those with us on YouTube. Omar Rabbi Elozo. Omar Rabbi Elozo. Omar Rabbi Elozo. The case is as follows. Hiskacheli b'mone. A person asked a woman, be miskadesh to me with the value of 1 mone. By the way, you should know mone is not a name of a coin. Mone means 100 zuz. In other words, here's a rich guy, here's a, chap of a girl, and he is mekadesh her with 1 mone. 100 zuz is the money of the Kiddushin. By the way, this is not ksuba. Please don't say the K word, nothing to do with ksuba, that's clear. The actual Kiddushin, instead of 1 ringi, 1 ring that is, worth, 100 shekel, or just another item worth 10 agorot, 11 agorot. No, he's mekadesher with 100 zuz, all very nice. But all of a sudden, look what happened. The no-son-law, dinar, what he gave her was a dinar. He gave her only 1 dinar out of the 100. So he's doing one thing, and he's acting differently. Yeah, he gave her one, not a dinar. He didn't take her to dinner, but he gave her a dinar, which is only 1/100th of the total sum. How do we interpret that? Well, there are 2 ways. Way number 1 is Rabbi Elozo. Says Rabbi Elozo, "Arezu mekudeshes v'yashlim." Right away, when he gave her the 1 dinar, he gave her the 1 dinar out of 100, she's mekudeshes, and then yashlim, the other 99, he has to complement, he has to give her later to fill it up with other 99 in a week, in 2 weeks' time. And he promised, and he has to keep the promise. Otherwise, she's not mekudeshes. Now, my time. Why is that? Yeah. Why is it that by just one, dinar, she's already mekudeshes, even though she's still missing 99? I'll tell you why. Sorry, excuse me. Given the Omer law mone, yeah, he told her mone v'yov ladinar, precisely because he's contradicting himself. He promised 100 and Sofer gave her 1. How do you interpret it? Keman de Omar lo, it's as if he told her al menas dami. Oh, the way we interpret it is like this. A lot of people, they pay in installments. He told her, I am mekadesh you al menas, on condition they'll give you 100 zuz, which is money. I gave you 1. And the other 99 are what? The other 99 are coming soon as a condition. If within a week or 2 or whatever, I'm not giving you the other 99, then you're not mekudeshes. However, the Kiddushin take place straight away. And that's what you have to remember. In other words, whoever says, I'm doing X on condition, future condition of Y, X applies right now, meaning, let's say, I'm going to buy your motorcycle, and you say, you have my motorcycle on condition that the next Monday, I'm going to dance a dance. If I dance a dance in front of Tzvi on Monday, then the motorcycle is already acquired to me now on Thursday, right? And if not, not. But the motorcycle is mine. The condition has to be filled. Yeah. Therefore, in this case, the woman is mekudeshes right now. The woman is mekudeshes, and the rest of the money he has to give her later on to fill in, to complement and give the next. He will give it later on, the rest of the 99. This is what Rabbi Lozo says. So have a chart in your mind. Excuse me? That's a very good question. I didn't see that. It bothers me, your question. It's a very good question. Note for your wife. But it is not so clear. I don't know. Doesn't look like that. But you don't want your Kiddushin to be pending the entire life. Yeah. So l'chor, you better deal with it ASAP. But Lemaisa, the main point is that although he spoke about the 100 zuz, once he gave her the first zuz, she's mekudeshes. The others are just a condition that has to be filled. This is the statement of Reb Lozer. Please write 1 box in your mind. Yeah, have 1 box in your mind. Reb Lozer. What does Reb Lozer say? 1 out of 100, good. He started the payment. He gave the, so to speak, down payment. Yeah, all the rest is yours. You bought a sofa in 10 tashlumim, 10 installments. It's in your house. Where are the other 9 installments? Every month, you cry in front of the credit card bill. Yeah, the credit card bill goes on 9 more times. Yeah, but the sofa is yours, and the sofa is there in your dining room. So too, the woman is his. Elamai, the woman has to fill in the condition, but the Kiddushin are there straight away, right at the beginning. They already took place, the Kiddushin. Meisivi. So this is Rabbi Lozer's statement. From now on, we're going to relate to that opinion as Rabbi Elazar's. Okay? Rabbi Lozer says, remember the E word, Rabbi Elazar, you gave her the money, mekudeshes. What about the other 99? They will follow through as a zaitidike condition. Now, frag the Gemara Meisivi. Here seems a brisa. We're going to bring down a brisa now that seems to go against Rabbi Lozer. What does the brisa say? Iskachili b'mone. Aye, that's our guy. Look, there's another rich, speechy, jet set guy. He's mekadesh a woman with a whole money, yeah, with 100 zuz. And he kept counting the money. She sees him counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. V'rotzo echad mehen lachzor. At some point, while he's counting the money between the first, let's say for I don't know $1,000, yeah, between the first $100, the second one, or second to the third, at some point while he's counting, one of them wants to lachzor, back off. She doesn't like him anymore. In the middle of him counting the money, he doesn't like her. Afilu b'dinar ha'achroin reshus b'yodoi. As long as the last dinar wasn't yet given, each side can back without anything. Meaning the Kiddushin did not even begin, says the Brisa, until it finished paying everything. That's bad news. So we have 2 statements. Rabbi Lozer says what? A prolonged Kiddushin in installments. That would be a nice title for YouTube, yeah? Hope it's politically correct enough. Kiddushin in installments, says Rabbi Lozer. The woman is yours straight away. The rest is just, tashlumim later, a side condition. While the Brisa seems to be saying not like that. The Brisa says if you count along all the way till the end, till the last dime and nickel, until the end, she's not mekudeshes at all. Meaning everything only starts at the end, not at the beginning. Stire. Answers the Gemara. Now. Answers the Gemara to reconcile Rabbi Lozer as an Amoira. Yeah, this is Rabbi Elazar, and we see a Tana against him. Says the Gemara, the Omar b'monezu. Very easy. The second time, he didn't tell her you mekudesh with a money. He told her, in other words, in Rabbi Elazar, in credit card Rabbi Elazar, the first case, he says, be miskadesh to me, I'll say it in English, for a money, for 100. Which 100? Any 100, not this bill or the other bill, right? And therefore he gave her 1 note of dollar, one zuz, one thing. The rest, I'll be mekadesh with a money. Yeah, maybe I'll give it in the shape of dollars, pounds, shekels. That will come later as a payment. But and therefore she's mekudesh right now. The rest will be a money, some kind of money that will follow through. The brisa that says she's not mekudesh till the end is saying money zu. He says this money. Right? We're talking about a guy, in this case, who said he's counting the money. If he says, be miskadesh to me with this money, this very money in this green envelope with white polka dots, yeah, this very money, until she did not get this money, she's not mekudeshes. Very, very easy answer, right? Until this amount of money right here in front of you wasn't yet given, nothing even started, because that's what he told her. Monezu. Very nice. That could be a very, very nice answer. We could have gone home. But frag the Gemara, second wide line, daf ches amud aleph in Kiddushin. Did I say above Metzia? No, Kiddushin. Frag the Gemara, homid the seifa b'monezu, reisha b'monestam. We're now going to bring the third case. That is the second part of the brisa. The same brisa we just saw about the guy counting the money. It's good what you saw. Yeah, let's nosan behem simonim. The first part of the brisa is the counting guy. Yeah, he's counting along, right? And he said monezu. Until he didn't finish counting, she can backtrack, and so does he. Frag the Gemara, that brisa has a seifa, has a second part. And that seifa says what happens if he says zu, monezu. So if the seifa, which we're going to see soon, said, if he said monezu, that clearly indicates that the reisha, for the guy counting, he did not say monezu. He didn't say this, he said any. Let's now read and everything will be clear. The Ketani seifa. We'll read the seifa and then you also get the question much better. The Seifa, now this is the third statement, is the second part of the Brisa. We have three boxes in our minds right now. We have Reb Lozer, who said the Kiddushin happens straight away. We have the first part of the Brisa that says Kiddushin only happens at the end. And we're about now to read the second part of the Brisa. The third box in our mind is the second part of the Brisa that tells us something else. What's something else? Look at the Seifa. The Seifa says, what happens if the guy told her, be miskadish to me with this money, this very envelope with these $1,000, yes, with these dafka money, all of a sudden, 1 dinar out of the 100 is missing. He's counting and she's counting and she sees, who am I getting married to? Instead of 100, it's missing what? 1 dinar. Only 99 in total instead of 100. Oh, dinar shel instead of dinar, normal dinarim, what are they made out of? Silver. You think I'm a cheap girl? I don't go for less than what? 100 dinar of silver. One of them all of a sudden comes out to be made out of copper. Oh, ain't a mekudeshes. She's not mekudeshes. Why? Because she was expecting this and only this, envelope, this wad of cash of 100 dinarim, 100 silver dinarim. So until basically the second and third part are saying very, very similar things. It's part of the problem here. They're both singing in the same song with different implications. As long as you didn't finish giving her this very envelope of 100 zuz, because either they just want to back off, or you don't have 100 there, or you have some cheap mekudeshes, until everything wasn't given, she's not even mekudeshes. She didn't even begin to be mekudeshes. Nothing even started. Continues the Brisa. We're going to discuss it later. Dinar ra harezu mekudeshes v'yachli. Let's say one of the 100 dinarim was a bad dinar. It's a dinar that you go to the money changer and he makes you a face and a sour face and this and that, and he says, okay, I'll take it maybe for less money. Yeah, I've been through that before. It's these, tatty, regular dollar bills. Yeah, it's not such a good dinar. And then she's mekudeshes, but he'll have to swap it. That we'll discuss later. So 1 second, let's summarize and let's explain the question. You're a blazer to defend yourself. You're telling me that the first part of the Brisa says monezu. Because you know why both parts of Brisa are telling me that as long as it's not over, nothing even started against Rabbi Lozer? Because we're talking about a guy who said monezu. You can say that about the Seifa. The Seifa said monezu. That indicates that the Reisha did not say monezu. So even though the Seifa indicates to be saying the what, it's monestam, without saying just this very money, but any money, still she's not mekudeshes till the end. And that's mid-air collision head on against what? Against Reb Lozer. Again, what did Reb Lozer say? That once you gave her 1 dinar, mekudeshes completely, you have to fulfill the condition, a side thing. No, you see in the ratio of the Brisa, not like that. Answers the Gemara, lo, you're completely wrong. And by the way, let me ask you a question. The Brisa to me doesn't make sense, because the Brisa at the beginning said what? Without zu, in the Sefer with zu, and we're saying the same thing twice with different applications. In the Resha we said they can backtrack, they can back off, and in the Sefer they can regret. And in the Sefer we say that if something happens to be bad news, all of a sudden she sees that one of the coins is not kosher, she can back off. It's the same thing. Answers the Gemara, lo, you completely misread the Brisa. Reisha v'Seifa domer b'monezu. One big happy family. Both Reisha and Seifa were talking about a case that the guy said monezu, which means uperushika mefaresh. These are not two cases. There's not two opposite cases. Nobody's fighting with anybody over here. The Reisha and the Seifa. The Seifa explains the Reisha. Oh, the Seifa is elaborating, detailing, and explaining the Reisha. And now let's reread the Brisa in its united form. Achdus Israel. Rotzo echad me'en lachzo. We're reading another Reisha. If any of them wanted to backtrack, to back off, and just, regret the whole story, jump out of the agreement of the Kiddushin, afilo b'dinar ha'achroin, right before the last dinar, he's counting 1, 2, 3. He has $10 bills to count, let's say, each one of 100. But the 9th bill, she can say, I'm not interested. Freeze right there. I don't want you. I don't like the color of your nose. No. Yeah. Arashus beyodoi. Yeah, each side, each one of them can, back off until the last minute, meaning that it's not Kiddushin, it's not over till it's over. It's not beginning to be Kiddushin until the last dime was given. That's not good to the Reb Lozer. Don't worry. Ketzad, says the Brisa. We're now rereading the Brisa. Yeah. Ketzad, you know how that works? You know when that is true? Only in case of Kigon Omar lo b'monezu. Oh, only if you told her monezu. If you told her this money, she's expecting this money and this money only, or this envelope of cash, then if this cash wasn't yet given, she's not mekudeshes. But the case of Reb Lozer, he's high and dry. He's out of trouble now. Reb Lozer is talking in a case when he didn't say zu. He just said any money. Any money means I'm paying you now. I'll pay you with a credit card, bank transfer, a bit, virtual coins later. That's a different story. Continues the brisa. V'achinami mistabra. Now we're very nicely connecting the sefer to the Reisha. It is really all one case with two nafkaminas. It makes sense when he told her zu, yeah. Then what? Then enachinami. Then until the end, it's not over till it's over. She wants this money and this money only, this money and nothing but this money, until this very envelope or these, I don't know, bag of coins wasn't fully given to her. Then, the two nafkaminas, it's really all one case. Nafkamina number one, she just doesn't like him, he doesn't like her. As he's counting, she got an SMS, an email that this guy's a crook. I don't know, she wants to back off all of a sudden, or by him. That's one nafkamina. The other nafkamina is what? Stam. They all love each other, but Lamaisa, she sees that not all the money was given. Yeah, not all the money was given. There's one coin made out of mekudeshes. That's what she wanted. She can automatically, nothing started. I didn't receive the money. I got 900 or 900 in mekudeshes. I don't like that. Stop. Now, and very good. So right now, Rabbi Lozer is doing great. Let's summarize. It's really easy. Rabbi Lozer says, if you said money stam, it's actually money. I'm going to give you $100. I don't know, this $100, the other $100. Here is one dinner, mazel tov. What about the other 99? I said, I'll give it later, mekudeshes. If he says monezu, and the entire brisa is talking about monezu, must be that until this very money is given, you're not mekudeshes. Easy. Continues the Gemara, no questions until I'll tell you when questions are welcome, because they're not right now. It's one of these Gemaras that have to be, like a one-shot kind of Gemara. We shouldn't lose track. The Gemara wants to prove, like I was hinting to you before, that this is the only lot. Zoom. Now Zoom is giving us our time. He heard the name Zoo and he thought I'm saying Zoom, so he got excited and started stopping in the middle. Maseches Kiddushin Daf Ches Amud Aleph in the middle of the wide lines. Yeah. It makes sense to read the brisa as the brisa is saying one long thing, one message about Zu. Both Reisha and the Seifa be miskadish to me with this money only. The Isalka Daitach, if you want to tell me otherwise, like we originally thought, Reisha b'moneh, right? Stam, if the Reisha is about a guy who says, iskachili with any money, and still we say that she's not mekudeshes till the end, which doesn't make so much sense. Hashta b'monestam lo avi kiddushi b'monezumi baye. If in monestam, if in case the guy told her any money, I'm just giving you any $100, any 100 zuz, yeah, and yet we require that these 100 zuz should be given, which is a bigger chiddush than in the seifa monezumi baye. You have to tell me that if he clearly told her, I'm mekadish you with this money, of course, and then until she didn't get this money, she's not mekudeshes. Doesn't make sense. You're telling me a lesser chiddush and then a bigger chiddush and then a lesser chiddush. Doesn't make sense. Therefore, it's much nicer to read the brisa. In fact, the only way to read the brisa is it's really all one case, all the way through. From the beginning till the end of the brisa, we're talking about a guy who told a girl, be miskadish to me with this money. Therefore, until she didn't get this money, till the last dime made out of nice silver, she's not mekudeshes. Says the Gemara, no. Maybe you're right, but you can't prove it. It's not foolproof. In the Lashon of the Gemara, that's rejecting not the opinion, as I told you many times, it's rejecting the proof. Imishumha lo iria. If that's your reason to prove to me that the Mishnah is speaking about zu all the way from beginning till the end, that doesn't prove anything. Why? Because remember the story we had about the Eved Ivri, the Eved which is there for Nirtza versus the Eved that's only there temporarily of Sheishonim. The Torah has to talk about an Eved not eating Truma by the Kohen, either if it's an Eved that's there for 6 years Also an Eved that's for 49 years. And the question is obvious. If the Eved of 49 years doesn't eat Truma and is really stable, is a real Toishov, then the Ger, the one only for 6 years, of course he doesn't need the Truma of the Kohen. He's much less of a Baal Habais over there. Answer the Gemara, you're very smart. Only because the Torah told me both cases, now I know that it's true about both cases. Had the Torah told me Eved, one case of Eved, doesn't eat Truma, I would have automatically said only the 6 years guy doesn't eat, but the 49 years guy would eat. Sometimes you have to mention the redundant, because if you only mention one case, yeah, if it's not so clear what this one case is, I would automatically allege that one case to the less mekudesh. In order to mention the more mekudesh, you have to create two boxes for the more mekudesh and less mekudesh. That's a very logical concept that appears many times in the Gemara. We're going to see it again now. Why? In other words, I could have said that the Reisha is talking about a guy who didn't say zu, he said stam. And even though he said stam, right, we really, still, she's not mekudeshes till the end. Bigger chidush. Kol sheken, the guy who said zu, she's not mekudesh until zu, this one was given. So what's the chidush? The seifa is reflecting on the Reisha. Meaning, what does that mean? Shalot toimar. Had you only had one case, the Reisha, let's say only Reisha would be written. Imagine yourself a Brisa with just one case, the guy's counting, yeah? Now, in the Mishnah, it doesn't say clearly in the Brisa, if he said zu, he didn't say zu. We're assuming things. It's a variable, it's an X in the formula. I would have thought, wait a minute, there's only one case? I know, Reisha b'mon zu. Had you only had one case out of two, saying that a guy told a girl, I mekudeshed you with the money, she's not mekudesh until he gives her the very end. I would have said, guys, they have a nice svara. Yeah, obviously we're talking, I make a nukimta, and a good nukimta, that's probably only true when he told her this money, that's why she's not mekudesh until she didn't, unless she got the whole thing. Aval b'moneh stam, aval kiddushin. I would have mistakenly, erroneously assumed that if he did tell her zu, that if he did not tell her zu, if he told her stam, any money, I would say what? That she's mekudeshet straight away. And maybe that is wrong. And therefore, Tana Seifa b'moneh zu, that's why the Bryce had to speak it out. You're very smart, Mr. Lachar Maisa. How do you call it? You just learned the new American expression, Monday morning quarterback? Monday morning quarterback. That's my new expression for the day. You're very big. I didn't know it. Probably you didn't know either. In post facto, you're very chacham Lachar Maisa. Lachar Maisa, you're smart to say, we should have done this in Gaza and should have done that. Shem Yishmo. You're very smart, mister, to tell me after you have a seifa that clearly, conveniently is helping you, especially in telling you, b'moneh zu, if you told her moneh zu, then she's not mekudesh till the end. Now you got smart and say, michlal dereisha b'moneh stam, right? V'afilachi lo v'kiddushin, mashma that what the dereisha is moneh stam, right? And b'moneh stam, right? Yeah, v'afilach, it's not kiddushin, right? And there, let's summarize. The proof was rejected. It doesn't mean that Rabbi Lozer is right or wrong. Rabbi Lozer has a leg to stand on. Let's summarize. Again, says Rabbi Lozer. I'm summarizing now. Rabbi Lozer says a guy told a girl, "Ret mekudeshes sleep b'moneh, 100." And according to the Maskana, he told her 100, any 100. 100 zuz, and here's one. Mazel tov, singing, dancing, and the singer starts singing. All very nice. Mekudeshes, why? Not because the singer started to sing, no. Because we say she's mekudesh with 100 zuz, which means it will be given at some point later. Now you got one zuz. Yeah, the 100, the money, the 99 are coming through. And I agree with you, Yosef. I would put a time limit if I was her or her father or her lawyer. No, starting with lawyers is not good just at the beginning. Now, Mesha'enke, the Brisa, Lefi the Maskono, it's not proven, as we shook the thing a little bit, but it is possible to read the Brisa that says what? That she's not beginning to be mekudesh till the end, until everything was given. You know why? Because then he told her zu. Both Reisha and Sefer are talking zu. In other words, he told her, this money, I mekadesh you with this very money. Okay, until this very money wasn't given, was not in her pocket, not in her hand, nothing even started. That's pashut. Yeah. She's playing it safe. Yeah, I'm not paying until I don't get the entire service, until I get all the money, then I give you the service. Not the service, I give you the kiddushin. That's answer number one. Answer number two, and I'll hear a question soon. Rav Ashi Omar, Rav Ashi, the first wide line, the Ches Amud Aleph Kiddushin, The first widest line. Ravashi Omar Moine Voilech Shaini. Easy answer. The Daita Kule period, which means when the person in the Resha, if you notice, what does the Resha say? Is counting along. He didn't say Zu, he didn't say Stam. That's not the issue here. Actions speak louder than words. That's the point over here. In Rav Elazar's case, he just spoke to her. There's no money here right now on the table except for one zuz. That's all. He gave her one zuz. Where's the other 99? I promise you coming through. Yeah, here are two Adim, lawyers, I don't know, bankers, yeah, mediators. The other 99 are coming. But when he's counting one, I'm mekudeshes you with 100. 1, 2, 3. That she's given to understand by his actions, although not his words, but his actions, that really this guy means to be mekadesh me with this money that he's counting right now. It's equivalent of Zu. Verbally is acting by counting, showing her I'm counting along, meaning I am about to finish the entire payment of 100, and then you'll be mekudeshes. And then daita kule. In that case, she thinks of the entire. In other words, she conditioned it in her mind. In her mind, there's a condition. I'm not miskadesh to him until he's giving me the entire 100 because he's counting them along. That's the non-verbal agreement between them. And therefore, until unless she got the very, very final diamond, it should be nice. It should be silver, not mekudeshes. Until then, nothing to talk about, Mr. Okay, short time for questions now. Question session. No, you're good. The rabbi has a question and also prepared, but the rabbi was first. Now relating to the end of the brisa. Those kiddushin that did not finish until the entire sum was given. Why? Either because it said zu, or because it indicated zu by counting and counting along, right? So what did we say? If one of the 100 dinarim was not silver as expected, was made out of copper, that's not the dinar she had in mind, that she's not mekudeshes. Okay. What's the story exactly? We're not talking about Yoyer Deya, about, these are all people's minds, that this is a business deal over here. If she accepted the dinar, 99 silver, and one of mekudeshes, and she's greening away, she's accepting, she accepted. She knows, Sova v'kibla, she's aware, Sova, Svara, and she accepted. In other words, he's not didn't lie. Dinner can either be silver or mekudeshes. I told you she's a fancy girl, she's a jet set girl, she only wants silver. Who told you? If she accepted the mekudeshes, she's okay with mekudeshes. Then she's makabel. It's not gzeres hakotzuv over. It's not shatnez here. Answers the Gemara, lo tzricha. You're right. Halacha says if she accepted any kind of 100 zuz, copper or silver, good. She's mekudeshes. Over here, he tricked her. The Yavan Yalei Belelia, he gave it to her at night and she couldn't see. Yeah, the wedding hall didn't have, nice lighting. Yeah. Inami, the Shtakach Lebeni Zuzi, or she found it amongst the Zuzi. He gave her one bag, pouch full of 100 Zuzim and 100 Zuzim Dinorim. Yeah. And what happened? She finds in the middle, all of a sudden, she finds out there's one of the mekudeshes. Then, since she did not know about it at the time of receiving it, she found out later, she has the right to go to Beis Din and say, I was never mekudeshes. I just woke up in the morning now, and I realized the bag, I counted the bag that my so-called beloved husband gave me. I now saw that this is dinar of mekudeshes. That was my intention. I never was mekudeshes. I don't even need the get. She's right. I don't know, maybe that's the chiddush. A woman has the right to say, I had in mind normal dinarim. Yeah, the guy told you 100, 1,000, million, $10,000. 9,000 he gave you American dollars, and 100 he gave you what? 1,000 he gave you Uganda dollars or Australian dollars. Yeah, so that's less. So then you can say, I'm sorry, there wasn't a deal, there was an understanding, and the whole deal is off. Weiter. Frag the Gemara, hi dina ra hechidami. The last case was very strange. What's a dinar ra? It's a dinar which is a low quality, second grade kind of money, and she is mekudeshes, but he has to switch it. Maybe as a condition, he'll have to switch it and swap it for a good one. Frag the Gemara again. Hechidami. What's the story exactly? Ideloi nafik. If it's a kind of dinar that is not in the marketable anymore, that doesn't go in the market. Tzvi brought me here from Tafshin Mem Daled, there are coins here, yeah, from when I was 12, yeah. You can't, I don't think you can go to the shop and actually use them. One agora, one Israeli agora, and then a simon for the phone. Most of you, I don't think even know what it is, yeah. So then you can't go to the shop and buy with that. So if that, thank you to me. If that's a dinar ra, obviously that's bad news. What's the chiddush? Hainu dinar shel nechoshes. It's as bad as dinar of nechoshes because it's not usable. Even worse. Amar Rav Papa, no. As I told you, it's not such a bad dinner. It's $1, which is sellable, which is how do you say workable, which is accepted in 2023. Very tatty, very bad. You know, it's a little bit torn. I've been through money changers a lot in my fundraising days, yeah. And you know, sometimes you get this dollar a pound, which is you know, one guy would tell you, don't accept it. The other guy would accept it. The third one with a sour face, lower rate. It's you know, you say Tillim when you go to the money changer with this kind of note, yeah. That's the note we're talking about. Alidei adchak, you know, azoi b'di'evet, people get it. So why mekudeshes v'yashlim? Explains Tosfos Azoken. Mitzad the value, be'etzem, since a guy would get it from you, you will find a money changer that's kind-hearted and what? Really, she can use it. Yes, somebody will use it as $100, or the grocery store will use it for, I don't know, $1, $2, $3. And chinami. Elamai, because it's alidei adchak, he should really change it, swap it for a nicer one, yeah. So because her mind wasn't a nice one, she can't say that's not what I had in mind. You might say you got this 100 zuz, you got 100 zuz lamaisa because it's an iffy situation. We correct that by asking him to change it into a better one. Omar Rove, weiter. Omar Rove, Omar of Nachman. Omar Lo, his kacheli b'mone. Now we're going to see again, revisit the sugya which we saw, a similar sugya we saw in Bav Metzia, Daf Bebeis. Omar Rove, Omar of Nachman. Omar Lo, his kacheli b'mone. A man again is very magnanimous, or so you think. And he told her, Bimis Kaddish to me with a money, with 100 zuz. Psh, what a rich guy. V'niach lo mashko en olea. When will you give it to me? Yeah, darling Chosen. At some point I will. You don't trust me? I'm giving you mashkoin. Here, I'm giving you my tie. He has a fancy Italian French tie. Yeah, Italian French tie, and made in France, designed in Italy, worth 100 zuz. He gives her that tie as a mashkoin, as a collateral. So now she's mekudeshes. Ain't a mekudeshes. She's not mekudeshes with this tie. Does he intend to really keep the tie by her? No. This is basically telling her, I promise you very strongly that the $100, excuse me, the 100 zuz that are in the drawer in my house and in my bank account will be given to you. And this tie, the collateral, is a very strong promise that that money will be given to you. Says the Gemara, promises, promises. Ain't a mekudeshes. It's like an elections day. You know, it's supposed to be election. We missed the elections for the area, Baruch Hashem, because of unfortunately, the war. Mone einkan, give me a second. Mone einkan, mashkon einkan. Famous line, Chesamud Beis. There is no mone, money, and there's no mashkon. Because what's he really doing? It's a smoke screen. It's a shtus, right? I already explained it. Both Rashi and Tosfos sing a similar song. He didn't really give her anything. Why? He doesn't want this tie to belong to her. Neither does she. She wants to keep the tie as a promise that eventually he'll give her the $100, and she assumes he will because he really likes that Italian French tie, right? Mimela, okay. So it's a stronger promise for money, which wasn't given. So he didn't give her the money. She's not mekudeshes. Full stop. Period, as Americans say. Yeah. So now that's a story. You may ask a question, and there will be a question soon, but the Pashut chat is very easy over it. If it's urgent, adhere the question. If not, not. Yeah. Okay, ACB, I appreciate that. So the Gemara asks the question. Rav Nachman. Rava is now challenging Rav Nachman from a brisa. Look, the brisa says not like you. A man gave a woman a mashkoin. She's mekudeshes. He gave her collateral mekudeshes. Yeah, very nice ideas, but you're wrong. It's a brisa, and you're an amara. Sorry. Answers the Gemara. Hosa b'mashkoin de'acherim. Mazel tov. There's a third party over here. This guy, what's the name of the Chasan? All Chasanim are called one name, Reuven. All Chasanim in the world in Kiddushin are Reuven. So now Reuven the Chasan, he lent money to who? He lent money to Levi. Make it interesting. He lent money to Levi. Levi gave him his fancy silk tie. Reuven is now holding Levi, the borrower, silk tie, right? Reuven has a mashkon for money, listen carefully, that he lent someone. Reuven lent $1,000 a while ago to Levi. Levi, now there's a big question, either Levi gave him the tie straight away, or Levi gave him the tie and due date came and he didn't yet pay the cash. At some point, Reuven took within the halachic without entering his house and not in the street. Remember, he took the mashkon from Levi. I'm Reuven. My name is Reuven now. For if you want to know my name, I want to marry a woman now, and I have this tie which was given to me by Levi, and this is what I'm giving the beloved Shprin Sabela. The kala is Kiddushin, and that works. Why does that work? Because we have the famous line all over Shas, and we saw it in Bava Metzia, Pei Beis, in other places. Ukadal Yitzchak, following the opinion of Rabbi Yitzchak, Domar Rabbi Yitzchak, beautiful. Minayin lebal chov shekoin mashkoin. How do you know that Baal Chov, a lender, owns the mashkon that he keeps? And soon we'll see all the nafkaminas. I'm going to mention a few. If you hold onto a collateral to a certain extent, that collateral, especially after due date came, and you are owed already $1,000. It's not like the first case between the man and the woman. I have $1,000 in his pocket, and the mechutzef didn't pay me back on time, right? So that tie of his is now mine until things change. Because this tie is mine, therefore I can be mekadesh the woman. I jumped the gun. Says Rabbi Yitzchak again, this is all very nice svara. How do you know he's halachically called the owner of the mashkon, the one who lent it, and the one who's holding it in his hand as means of pressure? It says if you give back the mashkon to the poor borrower, it's an act of charity. Can I borrow your pen? If I give you back your pen, it's not charity. I gave you back what's yours, right? It's not charity. If the Torah called tzedakah to giving back a mashkon, that is to say that while the mashkon was in my hand, who am I? The lender, while it was under my authority, in my hands, in my domain, it was mine. Not completely mine, but quite strongly mine. And now he's mekadesh. Now listen to this. He's giving this tie owned by him to the kala, and he's mekadesh this with her. She's stumped. She didn't. That's not stump talking in the air. She got the real what? Now this tie, listen to me, is like a leash. Is like a leash with a dog. Yeah. This tie is holding what? The $1,000 that are in the house of Levi. She will go after the chasana. She will cash the cash from Levi. The $1,000 she'll get it. Why is it different to the first case when it's only promises? Because here it's not promises. Here it's really $1,000 that are really owed by him, and the mashkon belongs to him. It belongs to the choson. What? The mashkon, the tie. She can keep the tie for life, and it will be hers because the tie completely belonged to her choson, not 100%, 90%. Belonged to the choson. He gives her what he has. What will she do with the tie? She can now charge instead of him the $1,000 from the lender, and if he doesn't give it to the borrower, if the borrower doesn't give it to her, she'll go to BSD. They'll lash him until they give the money to her. So it's not only promises. It's not only promises. She has koach to go to BSD and say, "Excuse me, women's lib. I'm now the owner of the tie. Hence, I'm the owner of the debt. Hence, I'm the one who'll take him to jail and hit him unless he pays me the $1,000." That's far cry from the first case. Because when the guy told at the beginning, "Be my wife, mekudeshes li, and I'll give you $1,000," I'm giving the tie as a promise that I'll eventually give it. She can't be tover. It's just a promise. Yeah, it's a stronger promise through a tie, through a mashkon. But nothing real was given to her. Not the money itself. He's not intending to be mekudeshes with the mashkon. Also in the first case, he's intending to be mekudeshes eventually with the money. This is a promise that money will come. In the second case, he gave her the mashkon that does belong to him. He's giving her real money that fully belongs to him, and mitzido she should keep it for life or exchange it with money by Levi. So I explained already two differences. Therefore, the first case is just empty promises. It's shtuyot. I would tell her, leave the guy alone. Don't start with him. And the second case, it's a real thing. He really owns the mashkon. He gave her something absolutely owned by him. If she doesn't give the mashkon, b'vakasha, she has the right to really get the money, which is legally owed to her, as opposed to the first case. So now get it very clear. Now, one second. The moment will come. Question: what does it really mean that he owns the tie? Can he burn it? Can he? What does it mean that it's just a mashkon? Eventually, hopefully, I'll get I'm the malve. I'm the lender in the story. Yeah. What does it mean it's mine? So we saw a few nafkaminas in Bava Metzia, and I'll mention them again. First of all, it's his for chiyuvim, not for rights, but for duties. Machlokes Rashi and Tosfos. Sorry, Rashi says is chai be'oinsin. Yeah, we saw that before. Rashi says if I have my friend's collateral and anything happens to it, I'm like equivalent to a shoyel or a gazlan. I'm chai be'oinsin. And Tosfos says chai be'gneva v'aveda. Another nafkamina is shmita. That's a very clear, cool, beautiful nafkamina from Gittin Lamed Zayin Amud Aleph. The Gemara says over there, and we mentioned it in Bav Metzia. What happens when I lent money and shmita came? No prusbul was written. I lent the money. Bye bye money. Goodbye. Shalom velo litraot. You know what that means? Shalom velo litraot. Goodbye and not au revoir. That's it. Shmitas ksofim. However, if I got a mashkon from the guy, if I lent the guy in the 6th year of the cycle of shmita, I lent him $1,000. He gave me $1,000 tie. Oh, that $1,000 tie is mine, and I may charge him by BSD without writing prusbul the $1,000 back. Why? Because lemaisa, I am now the owner of the tie. Yeah, and I have the right to say I'm the owner of the tie. We have an agreement that I'm supposed to sell you back the tie for cash. Yeah, it's kilo. The milva was already paid, and I'm only switching a tie for money. But if the milva was paid, then it's not. That's not against shmitas ksofim. That's very, very clear enough kamina. One more story, and then quick questions. Yeah, we're at the beginning of the page. B'nai, a story to accentuate, to show us, yeah, to bring to life the concept of not balchov kon mashkon. We're about to now meet the first story when mashkon is again. What I'm trying to show you all the time, I don't know if I'm clear enough, there's a difference with the mashkon of a debt. A mashkon of a debt is something real. I gave money. I gave him $1,000. There's Bahim. He's not denying it. It's a star. He owes me money. I got the tie. It's kilo. Now the tie is his tie. His mashkon, his computer, his shoes, whatever the mashkon is, they belong to me. As opposed to a new deal without halva, without a loan, kiddushin or a matana. Let's say I promise you a gift. Yeah, I want to give you a gift. I want to give the gift to Tzvi, to Yaakov. Yaakov, I want to give you a gift, and I'm promising you a gift, and I'm telling you here, I'm giving you a mashkoin until I really give you the gift. The gift is in the store. I'm giving you meanwhile a mashkoin. You can't really toveh me. It's a new thing. It's an empty promise, and I wanted to sound very credible. I gave you something instead. If it stays by you the entire life, okay, then it stays by you. But the gift never began to be yours. Right? As opposed to returning something which already started. Says the Gemara, B'nei Rav Huna bar Abin, story time to exemplify that. B'nei Rav Huna bar Abin, Zobun ahi amta bepriti. They wanted to buy an ama for prutos. Yeah? Does Ashko say they bought or they sold? I say that they bought. What do they say? They sold the slave or they wanted to buy her? They wanted to buy her?
Children.
They wanted to buy a slave? Okay. Seder, I wasn't sure. Okay. As always, follow article. This good kid. Says they wanted to buy. Okay. I didn't understand so much like the understand. Could be. Seder. Thank you. They wanted to buy a maid servant for prutos of nechoshes. Now, an Eved Knaini, they wanted to buy a Shifcha Knainis, which can be bought for cash, for money. And they wanted to buy her for copper coins. Lo have a ba'adayu. No, they're right. No, it's true. They didn't have it. No, it's true. They're the buyers. They're the buyers. I remember now. Excuse me. Thank you. They did not have the coins of nechoshes. They didn't have it. They didn't have the cash. So what did they do? Meanwhile, as some kind of what you would call today security payment, they want to pay really with copper coins. They don't have the copper coins right now. And they had actually something more expensive. They had a nascha. Nascha, we see many times. We see it with Basel and Medalid. Nascha is a piece of silver, a piece of raw silver. They gave the piece of silver instead as a mashcoin. They didn't buy it. They're promising, they're giving like a security payment that eventually they will give you the nechoshes. Eventually, you will come up with nechoshes. You, Mr. Shifcha owner, give us back the silver, and we will give you the nechoshes coins. Lesoif Iker Amta, until they manage to do the swap and get the copper coins to pay with, she became expensive. Her price went up in the market, and then they can regret it. Chidush. Although there was a down payment, not a down payment, there was a security payment, really, they now have the right, possibly, or they're asking, can we now regret? Can we now regret and change the deal? Or maybe it's considered that we paid already. If we paid, we can't back off. Also, they went to Rabbi Ami to ask the question. Again, what's the question? They are very yashar people. They're children of an Amayro. Oh, they don't want to cheat or lie to anybody. And the question is, we already paid the payment, which is not a real payment. We seriously promised to pay. Yeah. Now we want to back off because it's more expensive. Now, can we back off? Or can he, on the other hand, not back off and charge us more? The question is both sides. Yeah. Can he force them to stay with the sale and add more money? Right? That's a question on both sides. Omar Leu, so he answered to them, just like we said before at the beginning of the sugya. Priti ein kan, nascha ein kan. There is no prutos, therefore there's no nascha, which means we are at the very beginning of the stage. No loan, no nothing. They want to start a new process called what? Buying the shifcha, right? They want to buy the shifcha. Very nice. They want to buy the shifcha for money. Which money do they want to buy it with? The prutos. Did they begin to give the prutos? No, they didn't give the prutos. What did they give? Nascha. Nascha is basically saying, I promise you that I'll give you the prutos nechoshes. That's it. It's just a promise, but no kinyan was done. Before we talk about Mishapora and Neamonus, kinyan wasn't done here because we specifically specified and said we just want to pay with nechoshes. Nechoshes wasn't yet paid. Giving the nascha is a strong promise that I will really what give you the nechoshes. How come they can back off? I'm asking a question. That question was asked the Talmidim in yeshiva. The two very good yeshiva guys came and asked me, how can it be still so dishonest? At the end of the day, there was a promise. Answers the Ritva. If you remember from Bav Metzia, we're doing a lot of Chazor Bav Metzia here. There are three levels. When you really gave real money for an Eved, it's Kinyan, no backing off. If it's something that's supposed to do Meshicha, and you only gave money, that's Mishapora. In other words, you can back off, but basically will give you a curse. Yeah? And there's an earlier stage when you gave a very serious promise. Hey, tomorrow 9 o'clock I'm coming to buy. Here's the nascha. Then if you break that, you call the mechusar amona. Bezin can't force you. Bezin won't curse you either, which is the second level. However, you have the unfriendly, not very complimenting title of you are not trustworthy person in halacha. People know stempel on your forehead, ein mechusar amona. These are the children of Amoira. Are they not lacking mechusar amon? Are they not trustworthy people? The answer is very easy. Mechusar amon is only true if the price remained the same. But now that the price went up, since there's no kinyan, no mishapora, that level of lack of ne'emanus means what? That I stand backed off. I got a better deal or this and that. I just, decide to back off for no reason. That's being not trustworthy. That's, excuse the language, disgusting. Over here, since the money, in other words, the price went up and there was no kinyan, and the mashkan does not reflect on any kinyan at all, but it's just words. It's strong words, but it's still just words. To give a mashkan in a new deal means I'm serious about it. He's showing seriousness, but nothing real happened. And therefore, had the shifcha stayed the same, and this time have some reason, they have a better buyer, this time back off, they wouldn't be nice to do. Because the price went up, that's a justifiable reason to back off. They don't have to pay much more than the original agreement. Okay, we didn't do the Amud today. Question anyhow. I gave up on doing the Amud today. Question time. I just want to make it clear, and I think I said it. The market price all over the world, you go online, you see what's the market price of shvachis v'avodim, it all went up. Yeah, in this case, Icar, true. Yeah, either or. But it wasn't that he changed the conditions. Nobody changed. Nobody bemazed it. Bad-heartedly changed it. There was a change in the world. The circumstances changed. No, nobody's blaming anyone. The question is, can they back off or not due to the new circumstances? Ellen, first time for today. Shiur's over, but questions are flowing in. Yes. Have a great day. Peaceful Shabbos to everybody. Hatzlocho, brocha to people on YouTube, Torah Anytime, and over here. Yes, I'm listening.